Rangers, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on episode 2 of the Dauntless SBD dive bomber. Reason why he is in this the way it is now is simply because it was an absolute pig of a job to get this rig gun on. So I did try to film it, but unfortunately I was swearing that much. It was not usable for YouTube. But yeah, it's pretty much it looks really nice. So let's carry on with the build. From what I've seen so far, the next part of the aircraft that we will be building is the engine. So let's get on with it. Right, fellow Rangers, as we got the engine out, so all we need to do is assemble this engine, which will take just a moment. We've got to figure out which side goes where. I do hope the lighting is better today than it was the other night. Or on the last video, as I should say. I was not too pleased with that, but I will do the best that I can regarding that. Right, okay, so I see those dots. Right. Not a sponsored video, but Revell does really good glue. I would strongly recommend it to anyone. Very tough and fast setting. I hope the editor has remembered to put music in the background of this, as obviously, or some music anyway. But we will be painting this before it goes on to the aircraft, as you can see the engine through the cowling at the front. And it just would not do if we leave it like that, unpainted. It also gives the cockpit a little bit more time to harden. And yes, it's been a day since I've been working on this, but longer the better. There we got it. It's a little bit fiddly simply because I do suffer with tremors. There you go. Okay, I'm not going to give up. I'm guessing this is possibly the fuel well for the engine. There we are. And then last but not least, we got that has to be put on the back. Now on the front of the engine, which I'm partially tempted on leaving it for a minute because you might want to leave it for the painting, and in all honesty, I just noticed there's a little part that goes in between. There's a little thing here. I believe if we don't glue that, we might even be able to spin the prop when it goes on. But we will soon see and find out. Right, let's get on with the painting, I think, of this engine before we go any further. As the fact is, I want this engine to look the best, as I am trying my best to make this look the best. So one moment while I figure out the colours that I need. Idea of what is the colour of the engines, or the engine as I should say. It pretty much actually going to be painting it silver with the tips of the engine black, and from what I've seen of this is silver as well. Oh, and the last bit but not least, this, which it is, I believe, is the fuel rail. Or there's bound to be someone in the comments that will tell me otherwise. I'm guessing that's the fuel rail. Oh, and that's from different engines I've seen. That looks like it's gold. So essentially, I believe that is the case. Right, let's just assemble it roughly. That's roughly what it would look like afterwards, without the colour. But we will get colour simply because we don't cut corners on this channel. Not if you don't have to. Where normally we've been using these Tamiya paints, which are water based. Now I will be using this Humboldt paint, which is oil based. So if you do end up buying oil based paints, you will need terps or white spirit to clean off the brushes after you've finished. And unlike the water variants of the Tamiya paints, it's not really necessary for you to mix these. It just helps them out so that you get a better quality, whereas these on the other end, they got oil in them, so you will need to mix them. Give it a nice mix. We will be using two types of paint, well, three actually. This matte silver, but then the Tamiya black and the Tamiya bronze for the fuel lines. Right, let's get to time lapse, because I don't think people would want to watch me sit down and just paint all day. But if that is someone out there that likes that, let me know in the comments below. But till someone says otherwise, we'll go to the time lapse. That's the silver done for now. As it is a lot compared to the water paints that normally does it in one job. But it will take a lot longer to dry, so we'll leave that for a little bit. Oh. Bums. Guys, as if you're not aware of it already, the oil-based paint takes a lot longer than the Tamiya water-based. So we'll leave the engine for a minute. And the just last bit of thing for now is the fuel rail. It's always best just to mix the paints, because then it's just a rule of thumb. because there could be something in there that you need to mix out so you don't get your paint bumpy or lumpy, like anything really. Anything that's lumpy. Right. This is probably going to need 2 lots of paint, but or 1, depends. Yeah, I'll do the other side in a bit once that's dried. You don't torture you with that bit, but you got the whole idea, which is the whole point. Alright, we'll get to that bit once it's dried and it has had both sides painted and dried. For the ranges, as while we're waiting for the engine to dry, we will get on with the fuselage. Pretty much this, of course, in a moment I will be going to time lapse so that essentially you're not going to be bored with it, and I can just literally get on with it, and it looks like I'm going faster than light. Right, that's the 2 fuselage sections, and then behind the engine. Right, we'll get on with just worrying about the fuselage for a minute, simply because of the fact that this is not going to be... It'll be a fiddly job more than anything. It's not going to be difficult, but it will be a fiddly one. So let's get on from here and hop straight back to time lapse. We've managed to get the airframe off the screws. Now, this is going to be the fun bit. I thought first of all I was going to leave you out of this bit, but I thought no, why not? It's not going to be that much of a pig to do. Right, just mock it up with the fuselage. There we go. That means the gun needs to be raised. Like so, and then pretty much then the other side of the fuselage. Right, what happens is normally a lot of people tend to put too much glue on and then find that it squeezes all over the place. But if you just use just enough, like what I'm doing here, reason why I put a load of it by there is simply because that is a good point where it will peel. I'm not a professional model kit person, I'm just an amateur, just like anyone else, but I have a little bit of a clue on what I'm doing. Not much, more than that. But something better than nothing, I say, and always best to go with that. Let's just make sure that cockpit is in the right place. There we go. Right place on the aircraft itself. Nearly there. There we are. Whoop. Not lining up. Oh, not wanting to line up there. It's typical as usual. Well, you always get one that doesn't want to line up properly. But there we are. And what I normally like to do is, I should have something here. Yes, some pegs, clothes pegs. No particular brand, just clothes pegs. Excellent. Say if you're having that hold all the aircraft together with your hands, because you'll find that you might put too much pressure on one spot and not enough on another, and then you'll be trying to catch up with yourself all the time. So there we are. Our fuselage so far. Not looking too bad at the moment, isn't she? Right. I know part of the nose goes on next before the engine. So it's J1 or J1 plus J2. So I see. Yes. So let's see if I can get it right in the photo or camera. Yes. Yeah, you gotta put this together there, and put it together there, and then goes onto the aircraft. Right, let's go to time lapse. Part of the nose fitted. Now we're just gonna get this last part that would contain the guns that was operated by the pilot. Mad to think that a Dauntless SBD actually shot down, to my knowledge, is 2 Japan, maybe more, but it is recorded down in history as a Dauntless shot down 3 Japanese Zeros. Those. Let's make sure I'm doing it right, yeah. Just make sure about the box on that one, because I'm not sure. No, there isn't. So why? There must be 2 noses on it. Well, I know there's 2 other things which you didn't say, so let's just double check that now. Another J we're looking for, another J screw, because that don't line up properly, and because you get that where it should be, and it's got the gap, which, not being funny, I've looked at the there's a gap on one side and not a gap on the other. Now let's see, according to the colour chart on the back. That makes no sense whatsoever. Why would it have a gap on one side and not a gap on the other? Let's see. I know I'm getting a little bit muddled here. Right. J3. There must be another J screw, because there's 2 E screws, so one at R. No, that's not what we want, because we're not going to be using that. That's U. Canopy. That's just got the pot on it now. Nothing on that screw. Let's see. QX. No, that's not what we want. No, there's no other J. That. Wait. No, it still don't make sense. That makes zero sense whatsoever. Because you line it up where it should be. Looks correct on one side, but not. Oh wait, hang on. Let's see. Oh right, yes, it's for the antenna. It's for the antenna. That's alright. Yes, it's the antenna. That's fine, as long as it's fine. But yeah, panic over. Let's see. Oh yes. Now she's really getting somewhere. Fair play. That is looking really good. Obviously, there's no paint on her at the moment, but that'll be not far from now. The paint. But yeah, so essentially, let's have a look, see how our engine is doing. Touch dry, that's good. Tacky at a moment. And, right. All we need to. That looks fine. The fuel lines. Insert. Let's see if the camera will pick that up. Let's see. Come on, camera, focus. Well, looks of it won't focus on camera. Yeah, right. We'll give that a little bit more time, both of them, to dry, because we want that to dry properly. Right, according to this, now it's the wings. I know there is a section in here saying that you can have the vents open, the flaps opened. I'm not confident enough in doing that, so I'm going to leave it. It as I'm not chancing it. I want it to look as the best as I can make it. So unfortunately, if that means leaving that part out, then by all means, that's what I'm going to do. I did check it last night, just out of curiosity, to see would it all still fit together without them, and of course, no need to be concerned, and it does fit. Right, I think before we end today's video, we'll just get the ring assembly ready to accept the main fuselage, and then we'll call it even for today. Okay, so essentially putting the top and bottom parts of the wings together, which will only take a few moments. That's why I haven't gone to time lapse. Typical, isn't it? When you're working, you put something down and nice and flush. Try to get as much off without leaving any part just through on the aircraft, but that's the choice of having our files, is that we can use the files then to remove any excess. That's right, we got 2 more items to go. We got N2 and P1. P1 is in was in the glass bag. I did use it a moment ago for the engine. Right. Alright, one moment, I'll be back now. The entrance, I have managed to find the P1. And the N2 part that we need. So from what, according to the instructions, we gotta fit P1 inside first, which it must be mounting something, I'm not sure. And then it doesn't say anything about not gluing, so I'm gonna glue around the ring and that, and place this on top. And then last but not least, but it does show, let's see, the ordnance, yeah, the option of ordnance. And so I was surprised it didn't say about drilling for the mounts. No wait, tell a lie, I don't need to. I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but there's all the holes here. That makes sense. Right, let's get these rings together. Absolutely, only where necessary. Without glue is very, very good. Also, just in case anyone was interested, I do have a Facebook group, which you can follow and see what I'm up to, what possible projects are coming in the future. Keep up to date with what's going on with the channel. Essentially, it's like a free way of another way of keeping up to date with what I'm up to. Right. Hello. Somebody tells me I'm going to need more clothes pegs. No wait. I don't need any more. There's 2 on that side. I got 1 more in my little box of tricks. Get that all on there. Glue there. Glue here. Last but not least, get that wing lined up where it should be. Because there's no rush, we want this to look as good as the best that it possibly can be. And if you're wondering where did I get my model kits from, it was a Christmas present from my brother. And he bought all these kits from Western Valley Hobbies. The link to their Facebook will be in the description below. And if you're wondering, that's exactly the same place where I bought the kit of the Vampire, which was the last model kit series that I did. Here's that one there. That right there. Yes, I know it don't look much at the moment, but give it time, it'll come together. So we've managed to achieve quite a lot today. We've got the... Oh, that's dry enough. We might be able to get the engine together, fuselage together. Oh, come on, stay in there. We don't want you popping out. That's the little rubber grommet that came with the for it. Right. Which I'll put the fuel lines on later, I think, or can I? Let's see. Might be able to just glue it in place. Ah yes, that's it. What we want is about there. Might want to touch up after the glue's been on my fingers. Yes, but no, not like that. There's probably proper mounting things for it, but one side snapped off when I was cutting it out, so no. Again, doing the best of my abilities. Right. We need focus for well, there we go, that's the engine. Of course, the fuselage, and lastly, the wings. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, please consider putting a like on this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss out on any more videos. So till next time, Lone Rangers, I hope you have really enjoyed this, because one, I enjoy doing model kits anyway. It is something that keeps me entertained for hours and hours on end. Like, I can literally just... It's not just the building of the kits, it's also learning the history and the facts. And unfortunately, I can't get facts of this particular aircraft, as in the code number on it, because the fact this is no registration number like on British aircraft. So I can't tell you the history of this specific aircraft, but the aircraft in general on the last episode will be, it'll still be history on it like it did last time. But till next time, Lone Rangers, this is your Lone Ranger signing off.